Hello there and welcome to today's video tutorial on how to make this cute little Christmas treat box. My name is Julie Kettlewell and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based at the Paper Haven craft studio in West Yorkshire. Escape to a crafty place. Okay, so I have had a lot of questions on how I made this box and the dimensions and just the basically how to of the box. So I'm going to share that with you today. Now I'm using the warmth and cheer papers. Now if you can hear a bit of background noise, my studio is next door to a printer's, so I can often hear their machines whirring, but it does come in quite handy when I need some card cutting. So these are the warmth and cheer papers. They're £9 for a stack 6x6 and you get 48 sheets. Cute patterns, cute colours, and the colours in there are basic black, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, delightful Dijon, garden green and whisper white. I'm also going to be using this craft rope, which I've used to tie the sides of the box and on the tag. This is excellent value for money. It's £4.50 for 13.7 metres, so it really does go a long way. Okay, so I'm going to start with a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and this is the full length of an A4. This is 29.7 centimetres if you're on metric, and then I've cut this down to 18 centimetres, so I've literally cut 3 centimetres off the A4. I'm going to take my scoreboard. Now the great thing about this is you only really have to remember one number, and that's the number 7. Okay, so on the long side I'm going to score at 7, 14, 21 and 28. Okay, so I'm going up in increments of 7, and I will be left with a little edge there that's 1.7 centimetres. I'm then going to turn it the other way and score at 7 and at 14. Okay. So I am left with, I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares, and then I've got these bits here. Now these are the bits that are going to fold over. Now you do have a little bit of cardstock to remove. So the first thing we're going to do though is we're going to cut up, these are the bottom flaps. So with your shorter bit to the top, we're going to cut up these bottom flaps, okay? Just up to the first score. And then we're actually going to remove this piece. Okay, so far we've cut up these 4 to the first score and we've removed this. I'm going to turn it round. We're now going to remove this little rectangle here. I did actually do this project many years ago when I first did a demonstration, and it's funny how they always come back. And now I'm going to cut up to this score line here. Okay, so if I put it back to where it was, you've removed that piece and you've removed that piece, and then we've cut up to each of the score lines. And basically now these are going to fold back. Okay, they're going to form the little flaps that go over, and we're just going to fold all our score lines and fold these ones up. And the way that I like to do it, the easiest way that I find, is just to pop glue on each one and gradually bring them in and then tuck that in. Okay, so on the edge where the tab is, this is where I hope that I've got some glue in my Tombow that I've selected. Yeah, okay, I'm going to pop some glue on there. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull that one and stick that one over. This is the easiest way I find of doing it. And then put the next one, bring the next one over. And then we're only gluing on 3, remember, because we don't want glue on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to pull the last one over, and then when I do that, I also want to do a little bit of glue there. Now you could do this with tape. I prefer to use Tombow. I'm going to stick that there. In fact, I'm making a complete mess here with the Tombow, but that's what I always say to my ladies. If you're not stuck up and you're not in a mess, then you might not have had a good time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop something in the bottom just to press down on that to make sure it's fully glued up. Okay, and there we have, oh, Julie. Okay, more haste, less speed. There we have our little box. Okay, so it's looking like that. All right. Now, if you didn't want these to be as deep, you could take 1 centimetre off. So you could start with a piece that was only 17 centimetres in width. So then what we do, you can then begin to decorate, which I'm not going to do now. But to decorate it, I've added some pieces of the paper which are 6 centimetres square, and I've stuck those on. And I did actually, if you can see, it does make a difference. I've actually sponged around the edge just to make it pop a little bit. I do like a vintagey, shabby look. So then when you've stuck your paper on there, we're then going to pop some holes in here. Now you may have to make these a little bit larger for the, you could use linen thread for these, you can use ribbon. So you do holes in 8 places. So okay, and then basically you're just going to tie each corner together so that they're all tied over like so, and you end up with that cute little hook. And then I've taken one of our largest cello bags, popped some sweeties in, and I've popped a tag on there. And I will do another video showing you how I've done the colouring in of the tag. I hope you liked today's project. I hope you will subscribe to my channel. I am determined to get plenty of videos done in the next few weeks for you. And thank you for watching. Come back soon. Thanks. Bye.